Good people, how y'all doing? It's Monday. Y'all know how we do.
Yes,
Got
sir.
my boy Melvin Peak with me in the building.
How y'all
Young,
doing, good
young
party
Melvin,
people? Wow,
what's
wow,
going
wow.
on, my guy?
I'm doing all right, my friend. I'm here. A lot of my people out there who in Facebook land and they see me. I'm doing all right. I'm here. I'm gonna make the show, man, when I can.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. Without a
I'm
doubt,
gonna
without
do
a
that.
doubt. Hey man, we got so much to cover. The NFL is the gift that continues to just keep on giving, man. So much craziness continues to happen.
Yes, sir.
With free agency, we finally got the Deshaun Watson news, and then Deshaun Watson finally speaks to the media. But we gonna start Tyreek Hill.
Yes, sir.
And when you got that information that Tyreek Hill, Deonsa, what's good? What's good, class of 91?
Ooh, 91 checking in. Come on, 92. Y'all hold me up, goddamn.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
Hold me up, 92.
When you got the Tyreek Hill alert, what was the first
Yeah.
thing came to your mind, big dog?
I said I did a good job of listening to my friend Maceo Hurd and going with people go to where the money at. Whatever the money say, that's what I'm gonna act like. And I Aaron A Ron. Hey, that what Eric called. What's up, Eric? Uh
E,
E was up.
E, we're
Listen.
gonna get on you in a minute too, E, because you too
Whoa,
petty.
E alone. Woo, she my friend.
Yeah.
Hey, E, you want to call me Pete today? You do. You can call me Pete, Pete. Okay, what you call me today, Eric? You my friend, shout You my friend.
We gonna get into that later on.
Okay, we'll let it go. But yeah, no, I really thought about you talking about, I'm off the Aaron Rodgers thing. These cats out here about money. And to me, I think slowly but surely, until you start getting old and this game is about to leave you, is when you start thinking about, well, shoot, I got the money now. I want to try to get a championship. But you gotta understand, you ain't as vibrant as you was when you were younger to try to get that chip. So y'all
Yeah.
chasing bags. So now I'm cool. It's a bag chasing everything in sports. So when Tyreek went over there, I was like, woo, woo, he didn't hesitate either. He didn't try to take a pay cut. Now he was like, shoot, pay me. And he left.
Yeah.
I don't know what shot he feel like they got. Now they do look, here we go, on paper, besides Tua, there are some things to be opening your eyes about the Miami coaching staff and what they're trying to do over there down there in Miami. So it is about open. You got water, you got two track stars. Then you got some running backs y'all don't sold up. Y'all got your offensive line. Only person, everybody talking about Tua. That's where we at right now. And Tyreek put preach so well about, oh, he could throw, he's accurate and all this stuff. Okay, Tyreek, let's see what it do. So yeah, it was a money grab. Then for the Chiefs, I was like, why would you want to let him go though? I mean, you knew he was going to come up. The man is dynamic. You knew he was going to come up to ask for some money. Why you didn't want to pay him and keep him out and keep that thing is? I think y'all lost. I think y'all lost the step. I think the Chiefs lost the step without Tyreek. Tyreek a weapon out here in these streets.
Let me
But yeah,
tell you what. Let me tell you what my peoples were telling me. So once Devontae signed his deal, so Devontae has reset the wide receiver market.
okay, that's cool. I got that.
Kansas City Chiefs basically looked at it. They were like, well, Tariq finna ask for that kind of money. They weren't willing to pay that kind of money. And in this process, this kind of goes back to what we always talk about, where the new formula in NFL is you better get this window done before you pay your quarterback the big money. Because once you pay your quarterback the big money, then you have to kind of pick and choose what you want in the
Right,
market. And I think
right.
when Andy Reid looked at this process, Andy Reid feels like, hey, I'm an innovative kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I have McCole Hardman, who McCole is not Tariq,
He not Tariq, but he a
but
dog.
he has a similar skill set as
Yeah.
far as the speed.
Yep.
Ain't too much difference in the speed. So I
Mm-hmm.
think what you're gonna see is McCole is gonna get a bigger role in the Kansas City offense. Again, everybody,
Why
he's
you
not
didn't want to pay
Tyreek
him and keep it
Hill,
down and keep that?
but he
Him.
has a similar skill set. And the Jason point, so now that we look at the AFC West, because everybody basically was reloading the AFC West. You had everything that happened in for the LA Chargers.
Right.
Russ goes to Denver.
Yep.
You know, you get Devontae in Las Vegas.
Yep.
And now Kansas City, they kind of take away a weapon, but I think they feel like with Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy with the play calling, they pick up two pieces. I still think they're gonna draft another receiver, but I think a lot of this has to do with the maturity that they feel that Patrick Mahomes has developed or has to develop. Because again, we paying you the kind of money we paying you. Now you have to be a much better quarterback. Of course, we taking away the weapon that scares every defensive coordinators.
Rightfully so.
You had to play your safeties in the parking lot because Tyreek Hill was on the field. So if you look at the AFC West, do you think this helped or hurt Kansas City in this arms race?
I'll be honest with you. I don't think they gain no ground by letting Tyreek go. You can let a whipping like that go. I mean, I get it when you start talking about. So let's put the money and the business aspect out of it, and the longevity. I lot of Bill Belichick's of the world. You know, they always draft and reload, so they never have a down season through their infamy dynasty because they always drafting good. You know what I'm saying? If you just let the money side go, you lost a weapon that everybody in your conference was trying to game plan for. And that weapon showed itself, even though y'all didn't make it to the ultimate game, the weapon showed itself to get to the championship game. To let him go, and guess what? Tyreek be on the field. That's it. Let the money go. Let's not talk about the money right now. I'm just talking about letting a piece of that type of caliber go. I don't think you won. You won with the financial gain and the longevity gain because you ain't finna pay him no Deshaun Watson money. But you don't want to do that. You want to keep them picks and that money so you can do the lifetime up. So I don't want to talk about that. I'm just talking about the talent itself.
Wow.
The talent itself is scary. And I just don't like giving away my best players, man. And I know it's a quarterback league, and you say, Melvin, you don't give away your best quarterback, but everybody else is expendable. You give away your best wide receiver, you give away your best running back, you give away your best defensive tackle, you give away your best defensive. Everybody like to tell me if they're the best on your team, get rid of. I'm like, I just don't like to always feel comfortable with doing that, you know. But anyway, let me see. I think at the end of the day, to your question, I think Miami won and the Chiefs kind of lost a little bit. That's my perspective. I get where you coming from too, Maceo, with the maturity of Holmes, knowing how to settle down. Everything ain't got to be deep. Everything got to be spectacular. And you know my number one team to go to when I'm always into this management mode game. You know my number one team to go to, no damn Baltimore Ravens, with my boy Trent Dilfer. That's my number one. I know where you at. I'm where you at. But listen, defense and being smart with the football. Ray say, listen, if it's three and out, just 3 and out and sit your butt down and punt the ball. We got this. Yeah. And that's what Dilfer did. Don't put the ball in trouble. You ain't got to be doing all these no-look passes. You ain't got to be trying to thread it in the needle to show how good your arm strength is and your talent. I just need you to get third downs and put us in a good field position. So this is what you're talking about that maturity.
Well, the one thing the Chiefs don't have is Ray Lewis and that 2000 defense. They ain't got that. Right. But I think when I kind of looked at this at the end of the day, outside of the money, Kansas City has seen, okay, hey, we've tried that a couple of years. That style don't work for us no more.
Okay.
Let's look at another way. And like I say, Andy Reid is this innovative guy on offense. So let's see what happens. But I think when we look at the arms race of the AFC West, I think that kind of brings them now to the middle of the pack. I don't see where Kansas City is the definitive favorite.
I don't think so.
I don't think they.
I think the Bengals is still. I think the Bengals is up there. Listen, the Bills and the Bengals in the AFC, just right off the top of my dome. I know we might talk about some more stuff, but off the top of my dome, it's the Bengals and the Bills. So for me, for me.
Shout out to Marcus Mo, number 85, QB.
There
killer.
you go.
Mo, what up, boy? What's
There
up?
you go, Mo.
So yeah,
Pisces.
you know, when I look at, I'm thinking when I look at the AFC West, I like what the Raiders did.
Yeah.
Like what the Chargers did. You know, I Russ on paper, you know, Russ and them young receivers. I mean, yeah, we gonna see.
The coach got to upgrade too.
Well, you know, the AFC has turned into like the AFC is like the place to be. It's gonna be some it's gonna be some head busting going on over there.
I wouldn't want to be on the AFC.
Yeah, well, let's talk about real quick. Your boy Matt Ryan landed in Indy. He landed in an excellent spot. I think they upgrade when you look at they had Carson Wentz last year. Now you plug in Matt Ryan with that mean running game.
Yes.
Great offensive line. They need a tackle. That defense. Hey, Matt Ryan gonna be around here with 10, 11 wins next year. I don't want to hear your mouth, Pete.
No, hold on.
I don't want to hear your mouth.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right here.
I don't want to hear your mouth, Pete.
My mouth. First of all,
I don't want to hear your mouth. Keep going.
First of all, it's gonna run. First of all, my mouth gonna run.
Yeah, your mouth gonna run. I know. But I just want to put that out there. I don't want to hear no Matt Ryan slander from you.
No, it's not gonna be. Listen,
I don't want you clapping for Matt Ryan. None of that. Move on. Marcus Mariota is your guy now. Move on.
He ain't my whole way.
No, he your guy. He your
I hate you. You know, Pete, I hate you right now.
Pete,
I hate you right now.
Pete, I'm not gonna let you do that, Pete.
See that?
Mariota your guy.
People, you know what? The reason why I let you do this,
you got your mobile quarterback, Pete.
Listen, you why I let you do this little bull jogger. Everybody know you, so I ain't got to defend myself and do nothing. They know how you is. No, listen, Mariota.
Everybody know you and the slander you gave Matt Ryan. I'm just telling you now. He gone.
Guess what? I ain't no hater to the. He didn't go to the Saints. So you know me, the Saints. Anybody in NFC South is a problem. The Saints are number one on my list that I just really would put hate out. And I'm not even a hater type of dude. And it take a lot sometimes to get that hate out of me a little bit. But I do spread a little bit hate on like the guard working on me. He's still working on me. With the Saints. But other than that, he over in the AOC. He has nothing to do with Melvin Pete. However, I love Matt Ryan. You got to understand this, Maceo. When Julio left, Julio is arguably our best receiver statistically in Atlanta Falcons history. When Matt Ryan left, Matt Ryan is statistically the best quarterback that Atlanta Falcons have ever had.
He's the best ever had, period. It's not I mean, that's just a cherry on the top, but he's the best quarterback the Falcons have had.
Okay, that's what my point is this. We try to poop on old Tap Out. And you know, I don't like to call him Tap Out, but then my friend Eric would call him Tap Out. We try to poo-poo on him because he left. Well, he good. Okay, we're gonna give the same energy. Them boys have made Atlanta Falcons warlord because of the play that they brought to this team. So we're gonna do the same thing. So I don't trash Julio. I ain't gonna trash Matt. I'm glad Matt is over there where he at. Matter of fact, I hope he do what his friend did. His best buddy, you know, his little boom coon, Matthew Stafford, the old great Matthew Stafford. Because you know they buddies. You know, man, don't do that, man. They buddies, man. They great Matthew Stafford. You heard me. The great Matthew.
I can't even say nothing.
I know that what I'm talking about. I see that jersey sitting off on the far over there on my peripheral.
Yeah, so it's getting ready to be. It got a new home. I found it a new home. It won't be that week. It won't.
You need to keep it a couple of more weeks. Anyway, my point being made is I'm not going to be worrying about Matt Ryan over in the AFC. Good luck to him. Hopefully he has that success in that season that Matthew Stafford had with the Rams, being in a new location, being around people that appreciate you. Because the thing is Atlanta doesn't appreciate him. No, that's a lie. We love Matt Ryan, but we knew it was time to pass. Time to go. It's time to go. That's what we just really saying. It's time to go. It's the new age out here. And we don't have a team to protect you like you thought we did. Gotta go.
All I'm saying, Pete, is Mariota is your guy now. You got to roll.
Yeah, you just keep saying that because we got that joker, but Mariota gonna be.
He is QB1, figuratively and literally, because he wearing number 1 jersey. Because Kyle Pitts wasn't giving up the 8, but I mean, hey, he your guy.
I'm glad. You know what? In the slick way, I'm glad Kyle Pitts didn't come out that thing. I wouldn't have came out that either. We know you just a bridge. Stop playing with me. Mariota Bridge, man. Mariota, Mason, you're not finna come do this. See, what you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure that I got a mobile quarterback, and so I'm supposed to be happy with that. He's just so mobile. And he's
That's
so
all
fast.
y'all been talking about.
No, but get what?
Now you got a mobile quarterback. We need a mobile quarterback. We need a mobile quarterback.
We need LJ.
Now,
listen, we need Russell Wilson. We need LJ. We need Deshaun. Why you won't talk about them guys? We need Deshaun.
Because them guys weren't available, Pete. They weren't available.
But you don't be telling me about what I want because Pete, they're not my guy.
You say you want a mobile quarterback. That's all you in Southwest Atlanta. We need a mobile quarterback. You got one now. That's all I'm saying.
What? I sure do. Guess what? Now we'll tell you this. One thing you're gonna know from me, and you're gonna get from me, so you won't be trying to play me left when I be cheering for my Falcons. I am a Atlanta Falcon fan.
Right.
I want to win every game. I do not want to be losing. Like, think about it. Let this sink in. I kind of already slick know we ain't going nowhere. But now I'm gonna be a glutton for punishment every Sunday with my jersey. Come on, let's go. We got a chance. We got a chance. Let that sink in. We got a chance.
What if, Pete? What if? Because think about this now.
Talk to me.
Mariota brings an entirely different skill set than Matt Ryan. And
I know he do.
He already know Arthur. It's stuff Arthur Smith want to do in the offense. He couldn't do with Matt Ryan. He can do with Mariota. What if Pete Mariota mess around here and win 9-10 games next year, Pete?
Okay, let me do this right here. I just told you that you asked a question that I had already. I preempted you to ask that question.
No, I'm
gonna chill for my listen. I'm gonna chill for my team. Okay, so I gotta tell you this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. So I ain't gonna be faking to my public, my people, Miller ATL back. Listen, if Mariota come out here and start showing some signs of some greatness and maturity, and you looking like, hold on, this 1 year, goddamn, this thing. What did he do? He went to quarterback school. He Peyton Manning trained him on the offseason. What is this dude doing? And he started making the throw. The dude don't get hurt. That 1 year. That's 1 year. Now you said now I'm being honest. You know we might not make the playoffs probably because we ain't that good. We can't stop nobody. But let's say to your little thing we make the playoffs. You know we ain't making no Super Bowl. So I don't want that's too much of a fairy tale dream. But we make the playoffs, just be the ones, wild card. And I see that Mariota, like, he might have got a resurgence next year. Because we don't know where the quarterback gonna come next year. Next year, if he play and show me the same Mariota, no hurt, don't get hurt, and then you see a whole new quarterback, like, where did this guy come from? Yeah, then you're gonna have me switching on his bridge. Oh. This man he done went to the church. He done got himself right with God. He married, got children, and he know that this life expectancy thing is too short. Man, it's a new man. And so you might get me. But other than that, Maceo, he got to show me. He got to update their their resume.
Okay.
He got to update the resume.
Jared said, was his team better when he was the starter in Tennessee, or is this current Falcon roster better? The team in Tennessee was better. I mean, you got Derrick Henry behind you. I mean, 2 years ago, Mariota came in. He played a very clean game with Tennessee. He threw like 3 touchdowns like the first quarter.
The reason why that answer is so easy to answer because guess what? Derrick Henry is a dog, and I'm not taking no flowers away from Derrick. But Derrick can't run behind a sorry line. You still got to have a line. So out the line, like we always say, Maceo, games are won in the trenches. You need to fix your trenches before you fix anything else. You can have all these cars out there, wide receiver, all these Porsches and Lambo. But if your line ain't nothing but some Pintos, automobile, remember the old Ford Taurus. Your offensive line like old Ford Taurus. Yeah, Derrick Henry can't run behind no Ford Taurus. So their team was better now just because of the offensive line. Mm-hmm. No, you see what I'm talking about?
These are facts. I mean, I just want your energy to be right because you hoped and prayed for a mobile quarterback and now you have one.
Well, I tell you, you ain't gonna let me live that down. I got it.
You and Southwest, I'm not gonna let y'all live down. Every Sunday, my post gonna basically be, hey, y'all got that mobile quarterback you were looking for. He is.
I hear what you're talking about, but get what? I'm gonna tell you this right here. my dad used to mess with me about Cunningham, and it was true. It was true to rest his soul. It was true. He say, "Man, Randall be running all the time, man. I ain't gonna win no quick." Cause see, my dad old school. He like drop back quarterback. Yeah, but see, Randall was changing the game, and I was on that bandwagon. He say, "Maurice, you love that boy, man. That boy ain't finna win no championship, man. You can't be running around the league like that, man. You can't be running around. He ain't gonna win no championship." Man, they almost went to the Super Bowl, the Eagles, when he was an Eagle, but they lost their fall game. If that fall game wouldn't have happened, bro, I promise you on everything they would have made it because that was a good team. We had Freddie Barnett, and who else the other wide receiver? We had Freddie Barnett and somebody else. We had a good old squad. But then he made it to the Vikings and he got to the NFC Championship. And then lo and behold, my daddy Falcons beat Cunningham. He beat the old Cunningham, but he beat Cunningham nonetheless. And I was like, I was happy and I was like at the same time sad because I did want Cunningham to get a Super Bowl and show my dad that a running quarterback can get a Super Bowl championship. It ain't never happened though. That's my old stuff right there, man.
Okay, let's switch to another quarterback. They label him mobile, but I don't think he mobile. He don't really like to run. He'll run if necessary. The Cleveland Browns, they introduced their new quarterback, Deshaun Watson. First of all, the press conference. I was shocked and appalled that they actually set him up there and let him answer questions. If it was me, just me personally, just my opinion, I would have had a prepared statement. We would have and then we would have left. It wouldn't have been no Q&A. We'd been able to do that at another time.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Deshaun's first time talking to the media in a while.
Sometimes when you be brutally honest and you say what's on your mind, you say what's in your heart, and a lot of people like people like that. Like people like to be honest and be vulnerable and share stuff. But then sometimes it's a double-edged sword. You got to be prepared for that, Maceo. So to your point on that, based on how I am, because I wear my sleeve on my shoulder. I'm very emotional. I tell you my truth right now, and I got good self-esteem, but I know people. I used to joan people, so joning and talking about me, that ain't nothing. And so I be myself. I thought by him being the limelight, he said some things that I was like, but you told the truth. Now, one thing I think he didn't tell the truth on was it wasn't about the money. That right there, you lied. You straight up lied. You lied like a mug. And that's when you talking about coming in and help him out. Quit trying to show you that your past. You were overly fake. You were overly trying to be too real. I love the game. Like he didn't say that, but you love the game so much. I play for a game for free. Now it is a time where we felt like that based on we love the game. It's some people love the game like that. Now I ain't gonna talk about those small people, but you lied, sir. Because it was nowhere in heck, in my opinion, you weren't supposed to be a Falcon. Now I digress a little bit on that. But no, Maceo, I thought you right. He should have had somebody to make sure we prompt him up a little bit. I get you. You adamant about you didn't have these charges. You want people to move past those things, but people are gonna have these opinions. And you was vehemently saying certain things that most times lawyers will not tell you to do. But then you got the other people say, well, why would you not say anything? Why would you be silent? Why would you sit up there and read off a piece of paper if you know you ain't did none of these women? So you got those proponents. Say it. If you ain't do it, see. So it go two ways for me. I just thought he lied about the money. That's the only thing I didn't like. Then also I think we could have been a little bit more classier, maybe, or find another way to do that, because they're gonna ask about that. I would have told my manager, hey, don't ask about his legal problems right now.
Oh, look what came on my iPod.
That what his team should have told the media. Do not ask him. Miss us with. You heard what listen. If you want to know, then go down to the court records. Go down to the courthouse. And then talk to the courthouse, because that's why we got this $250 million right now. Because we kind of exonerated from the legal aspect. Now, I'm not talking about the dang on silver suits. I'm only talking about the legal aspects of it. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Again, y'all know Deshaun is my guy.
Yeah.
My man, 500 grand.
100 grand.
I was, again, I couldn't believe that. First of all, I couldn't believe that the owners, the Haslams, weren't at the press conference. Like, this is so big. And with everything that's going on around it, y'all gotta be there. Not on no Zoom call, y'all gotta be there. Cause like you put the coach and the GM like in the 5 seat, but y'all ultimately signed on to it because he has like y'all giving him that $230 million.
Right.
Y'all giving him that.
Stop.
So
Erica Stu, don't worry about it. I mean, my bad. Go ahead, keep talking, man. Made so bad.
And it was just crazy to me because I was just like, I just was like, hey, wow, y'all, because it's not gonna be any questions about football. They ain't gonna ask no football questions. Everything's gonna be related to this case. And I know, he kept saying, hey, I can't speak to that, but at the proper time, I will I will speak on this. I just didn't like the way, and from a lot of my people who cover the league, like a lot of owners, they mad the way the Cleveland Browns kind of worked this deal. He only really on the book for $1 million this year. So I think that's an event that if he gets suspended or fined or whatever, he's not gonna miss any game checks. And I think that's kind of like a middle finger to the league. That's what a lot of people saying. And now I'm starting to wonder because a lot of owners hot. I'm starting to wonder if he's gonna get more than the 6 games that you could like. Being got 6 games. He ain't had 22 cases of penalty. Zeke got 6 games. It was just him and his girlfriend. So I'm wondering.
Make sure this gonna be tumultuous. If what you say you nervous about is right, if they give him more game, listen, it's gonna be like so. Let's go back. Not Arthur Blanks, but Roger Goodell says he's going to use the justice system. Like he let the justice system work, right? And then they follow up behind the justice system due diligence to then determine what they're going to do. Because Goodell got the power, right? Everybody know that. Jerry Jones always say, "Oh yeah, we gave Goodell all the power." Okay, good.
But now the players gave Goodell all the power because they didn't go vote on all their little stuff.
Right.
So it's just the players that gave Goodell the power, not the owners.
Right. Not the owners. That's right. My bad. I misspeak, but you're right. Thank you for cleaning up for the people. But my point was saying that he uses the legal part of it, not this silver stuff. Now you say, well, Pete, the silver stuff is the eyes of the league and what the league say. Do you understand
what Goodell say?
What Goodell say, right? But if he feel that the people, if he sit back and say, man, all my people out here don't want him to get 10 games. All my fans, all the things that make us this money in this big old thing we call the NFL, they want him to sit out 10 games, almost eight games, whatever, or the whole season, whatever. What you think he might try to go with? If he go with that popular opinion, that popular thing, do you know it's gonna be a shitstorm? Because
no, it's not.
No, it's not. You don't think so?
It's gonna be a
no, not a shitstorm to disqualify the women that accused him of those things. And I'm not trying to dismiss that. I'm saying if you're talking about the legal system and you say, well, we go behind the justice system and see what they findings were, and they findings were pretty accurate. They did all that, and they ain't lock him up. That way heavy. That's what they do. They go looking around and lock you up. See if you was criminal. Man, listen. You think so? How many games you think he should get? Then let's go to the nuts and bolts of it. How many games you think he should sit out based on
based on the history of the NFL should be 6. But now that you got owners and you got execs not liking the way Cleveland kind of structured this thing, how like one thing about these owners petty. They petty as heck. And at the end of the day, they gonna stick together. First of all, they don't like the Haslam's. They don't like the Haslam. There's certain owners that the NFL, like the owners that matter.
Yeah.
They don't like the Haslam's. Listen, the more I talk to people, the more I think Deshaun might not play this year. I'm starting to really believe that. And I think that's one of the reasons Cleveland kind of set this up the way they did, because they were like, hey, we might not even have him for the 2022 season. They know that he's gonna probably miss half the games. They know that. And Jerry said it earlier. They looking really more at 2023 moving forward. Dog, these owners carry power. And when you're on the outside looking in, dude, listen. Don't be shocked if Deshaun be suspended for the whole 2022 season. Don't be surprised.
You know what? If I had to be shocked about it, I'll ride with it. I'm doing this right here, man. I'm gonna get off of it because I don't want to make sure I don't say anything to lessen the blow of the victims that accuse him of what they did. And just because sometimes the justice system say what they say, that don't mean they always right. It's a lot of people locked up because they ain't even do the crime. You see what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people that got away because the justice system slipped. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure I'm very clear with this. I'm not dismissing none of the things that he was alleged of. That I guess got to say that, because in this PC world, when you talk too fast or you ain't very clear with your statements, they think you glossing over these women's plight. And I'm not that guy. You know, first of all, you know me personally, I ain't that guy. But I want to say it out there for the public who don't understand, you know, when I talk fast all the time, because that's me. But if he sit out the whole game, of the whole year, I'd be okay with that for us. I wouldn't be as a fan, but I'd be okay with it. We got our $250 million man. So we missed one season of him not being on the field. You know, he gonna be with us. He gonna be with us. So, boom. We're gonna have him next year. We're gonna have him the year after next. So we good. We got him. So y'all punished us, and we took the punishment for the whole year. But now y'all got to deal with him now. And then to some people point where, you know, he's rusty. He's been rusty for 2 years. What he gonna look like? Well, shoot, guess what? He ain't been hit 2 years either. He ain't think about that either. He ain't been hit. He ain't put no miles on his legs besides just working out. So Cleveland won, though. Cleveland won. They got a 26-year-old phenom quarterback that we all know he that thing. And even with the charges on him, on his head, people were still willing to meet. The Falcons was willing to get him with those things hovering over. So they let you know he was a talent. Cleveland got him.
Yeah, well, it was such a buzz. You know, you kind of spoke to it. 26-year-old franchise quarterbacks never get to the market.
Never.
You sign these guys and you lock them up. So, you know, again, like I told you last week, imagine if Pat Mahomes became a free agent. Think about the bidding, what else be Pat Mahomes. Again, the way just the press conference went, and like I say, I was just in there like, come on, like, who authorized this, man? Like, don't have this man up here having to, you know, continue to say and kind of defend that, you know, just
I'm with you on that.
All that went on. So
I'm with you on that. I would have, if I was the owner, I would have, listen, if I was the owner and we knew, y'all know this sensitive, this sensitive, I would have told him, any question that we get that's related to your situation, we'll address. Because see, what you're trying to do as a Cleveland Brown ownership, you're trying to block him from all this stuff. Hey, we trust Deshaun. We sat with Deshaun and his lawyers and all this.
Well, you definitely trust him. You gave him $250 million guarantee. You trust him.
Right. You trust him. Right. What I'm telling you, I would tell when they ask him, hey, Deshaun, I got this. We got this question. Hey, we sat down and we listened to everything. We looked at all the records or whatever from the courts. We felt very comfortable with giving him what the deal he got. He was well deserving in our eyes. And so we would like to, you know, move on from that. And if they feel any questions fielding that, I would talk for you. Because see, the thing is, Deshaun didn't make them give him that money. Right? He didn't make them he didn't say, y'all better give me two. Boy, you crazy, man. You got all these charges on you, ain't giving you nothing, boy. You see what I'm saying?
It was a bidding war, so his agent asked for something. It was a bidding war.
Well, the agent asked for him, but it's up to the team to say, you know what? With all these allegations on it, we like you. We believe in you.
Yeah.
So you got to stand up for that belief. You can't if everything is egregious as it is and can be, and it's just really we don't feel trust. We don't feel he's trustworthy. Every 32 owner should have said, "No, you crossed the line, bro. We can't give you this money. We can. You don't have to. You don't have to do that." Cleveland did it. So I'm just saying, in the press conference, the owners who said we trust him, we believe him. You talk up for him in those.
Well, the GM said the owners weren't even up. The owners will they
well,
weren't
GM,
there.
Somebody should have just spoke for him on his behalf. So you wouldn't try because he's painting the picture. I don't know. The picture can get real ugly and blurry. And I don't like to say you don't want to step too much in that mud. These people said, we want you on the team. We understand what's going on. And we're gonna outbid the Falcons and we're gonna outbid the Saints. That's what we're gonna do. You on the team.
No. I say the only thing, and like I said, I wouldn't have had him up there answering questions. I wouldn't have done that. But when it's clear that he's gonna continue, like he said, I'm gonna continue to clear my name. And so him saying that is almost like he's basically saying, listen, I'm not gonna settle. I'm not settling. I'm gonna continue to fight this thing. And I think it's that part of it that rubbed the NFL wrong. I think it rubbed the other owners wrong. So that's the one piece right there. And he kind of was like, well, I will talk to people, but I don't need therapy. And it's just like, it was just a lot of stuff. Just like, where's Olympia Pope? Like, you got to, you just got to. You don't put him in that situation. That's all I say. You shouldn't.
I got you with it. I'm with you on that. I understand that, man. It's one of them double. So you're gonna have 50% people like you, you're gonna have 50% hate you, and it's whatever you feel like you can lead this earth with whatever sanctity, and you feel like you need to say something. Because, like I say, it's some people out here that say, "Well, if you ain't do it, say something. Say you ain't do it. Why you ain't got to be hell bent with your lawyers and all this stuff. Say you didn't do it and speak to the rooftop." And so you got those proponents. If you don't say nothing, why do you didn't speak? You had an opportunity to say, I didn't do it. You had an opportunity, but you didn't say nothing. You just let folk talk for you.
Well, so it's gonna be. He said it.
He did say it. He said it
when the cases started, and he was like, "Hey, I'm innocent. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight it." And listen, the grand jurors were like, "Hey, it's not enough here to convict." Not still, it ain't saying, hey, because we clearly something happened.
Clearly something happened. I ain't saying it didn't happen.
Ain't enough to go to trial and have us spend all this money, court costs and all this stuff, and then you know what I'm saying. So that's that. Let's move on to Malik.
We can move on.
Yeah, let's move on to pro days. Malik Willis, pro day. It was just grand. It was just grand. Kenny Pickett had a very good pro day, and then a guy that a lot of people are sleeping on. I kind of put this out there, Matt Corral, pro day, and the Falcons quietly like Matt Corral. So my question for you: you go defense in the first round with your pick. You come around in the second round, and Matt Corral sitting up for the Atlanta Falcons. Are you gonna draft Matt Corral? Do you like Matt Corral and his skill set?
Man, this thing is a crapshoot, man. It's always a juggle. Some telling me I don't know. I don't know. I watched some of this stuff when you had posted something out there earlier about what we were doing. So I watched one of Matt Corral games too. I watched the game where I thought he's supposed to have won. They was the favorite to win the game. It was a big game. It was a good game. I don't know if it was Ole Miss or Alabama. Well, he played for Ole Miss. It was Alabama, another team, somebody else. Anyway, he didn't look that good in that game. I think they lost that game. And so that thing stuck with me a little bit because they've been talking about him. Air Corral. What is it? Air Corral?
Yeah.
Air Corral. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, let me see what Air Corral. Now he started battling back late in the fourth quarter. But it wasn't until no avail. I don't know, Mason. They got I haven't looked at him and felt very comfortable with me knowing his skill set and hearing him light up everything. I hear a couple of stuff in the ACC, but I ain't never heard him just lighting it up like that. And I think he's just starting to come on the radar now because this quarterback draft race, it ain't the best. It ain't the best. It ain't like all this hoopla.
Well,
it's good.
If he hadn't got injured, he would be considered a first-round draft pick. He was a 5-star kid coming out of high school. He played in California. Well, California, they groom, quarterbacks. They just put out quarterbacks. That's just what they do out of Cali. So 5-star kid who was listen, he was a stud. Hurt his knee in the bowl, hurt his ankle in the bowl game. Pro day, he looked like he was mobile. Looked like, teams were like, okay, he looked like he's ready to go. Listen.
Maceo, go ahead. Let me hear what you guys say.
No, the Falcons like this guy a lot. They like him a lot. And I think
do you like his
value? No.
Do you like it?
No, Pete. Never Pete. The Falcon whole offensive staff was at the pro day.
I see, but I'm telling you,
the Falcon whole offensive staff went at Malik Willis pro day.
Hey, I'm not going to
pro day.
I want to ask you, my friend, do you like it?
Offensive staff was at Matt Corral pro day because it's a chance he will be there when they draft in the second round, Pete.
Do you like him, Maceo? I'm not going to let you
like him. I like him.
You like him over Malik?
No, I don't like him over Malik. I don't like small guys.
Okay.
I don't like guys who built frail. Malik is 220 pounds.
Okay. So what I want to give you your Red Oak opinion. I ain't talking about your Dallas Cowboy area code that you think you live in.
I'm getting off that narcotic. I keep telling you that.
Okay, good. You got Dallas Cowboy area code somewhere in your pocket. But anyway, I want a Red Oak. So you kind of answered my point on this. Saying I don't know to be sold on him. I don't know if I'm for Eric Corral to be my 10-year starter. Now we'll tell you this. Owners are getting rid of quarterback fast.
Right. So that's why when you talk about 10-year starter, if he don't work in 4 years, you get rid of him. That's
he ain't gonna be no more.
You're not giving nobody Sam Bradford money no more. So
it ain't gonna be no.
If a guy don't work, look at Baker Mayfield. They done moved on from Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2.
So that's what I'm saying.
Malik had a great pro day. He had a great pro day. I like the pro day. I you know what I like about Malik Willis though in his pro day, man. He had fun. He showed you who really the kid really is. And I think some owners gonna fall in love with that. I think they gonna know he a locker room guy. I do believe they know his ups and downs, maybe some of his flaws. It's Malik ain't played starting quarterback. He wasn't starting quarterback at West Lake in 9th grade. People don't know that. He wasn't our quarterback like that. And he kind of came on late, like his junior, sophomore, but he was still playing other positions. Yeah. And then his junior, before Love left us, he would play a lot of quarterback. They were switching him in and out. And then he left and went to Roswell. Mm-hmm. And I think that's when Roswell made him the quarterback.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, he was the quarterback. Ain't no waffling. You ain't playing free state then, wide receiver. Because Malik could play all the different. He played a lot of some special team. I mean, not special team, but on the defense.
Well, everybody recruited him as a DB.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, he played.
Yeah, so, and that's why he turned down a lot of school. He was like, I want to play quarterback. All the one school that said, hey, we're gonna let you quarterback. Think about it. You remember? Everybody remember? He was committed to Virginia Tech as a DB, as a safety.
Yeah. I did hear that. And then when he got with Auburn, then it was he was quarterback.
Yeah, he committed because he really wanted. He was like, I want to play quarterback. Somebody let me play quarterback. In Auburn, they gave him the opportunity. They were playing daddy ball down there. He transfers, and the rest is history. Bo Nix. Bo Nix,
right?
Bo Nix, you ain't like that, but I digress. I digress.
No, it wasn't to me. It wasn't enough for you to let Malik go because he would have been a star in SEC. We wouldn't even be having all this conversation too. But anyway, like I'm saying, I think that's where they're trying to find knots on him. But guess what, man? Guess what? You got to give this guy a chance. Yeah, he ain't got all the things that you think you want right now because of just how long he's been playing that position and certain things we know as a man, being a man and for real, he got to work on. But I get him, man. I get him. I get him. I know it seems like I'm showing me some Westlake love, but I don't want to do that. But
at 8. You're not taking him at 8.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying taking him at 8, but I'm just telling you, I would get him. I would get him. In fact, I would get him. If I would get him.
If you, I'm saying. If you were the Falcons, you'd get Malik.
No, I'm saying if it was an opportunity to get Malik Willis, I would get Malik Willis. Because you're saying the Falcons fall in love with Eric Corral, right?
Yeah, well, because they understand that they're looking at realistically, he gonna be there. Malik not gonna be there at 8. Cause like I'm momentum in Charlotte, North Carolina is saying that they're not gonna let Malik fall at 6. Like it's starting to sound like Malik gonna be a freaking Carolina Panther. So he gonna be close to home. So so the question is, Pittsburgh seen 11. Will Pittsburgh trade up? Because you have to jump the Panthers to get Malik. That's what it's starting to sound like.
Man, it depends on how desperate we want to get our face of our franchise, because that's really what it is. Everybody know we talk about it all the time, ACO, so this ain't got no slack on Matt Ryan. But everybody know this is a quarterback league, right? That's a cliche. Quarterback league. So
it's actually true. It's not a cliche. It's true.
It's true, right?
Very true.
So you got to get you a quarterback, and you got to guess that right. You can't be playing around with that pick. And I guess we used to quarterbacks coming in, besides these free agent quarterbacks that came in our door, is if we draft that guy been with us. If we draft that guy, they got been with us. I ain't talking about Brett Favre, that's different than
yeah, man,
I'm talking about
this guy. He was 14 years. He was here 14.
Yeah, we used to that type of swag. We ain't used to this jumping all around. Even with Chris Chandelier, you talking about Chandelier. He Mr. Glass. But get what? We rock with him. He Mr. Glad. So yeah. Chris Miller. We rock with Chris Miller for a long time. Gee, did we rock with Abel? I don't think we drafted Abel. Did we draft Abel?
No, he got traded here.
He got traded. Yeah, okay. But we rock with him a little bit though. So we used to this merry-go-round and stuff, except when Vic came, and then we had to go through that because that was something very much unforeseen and unexpected. Off the field.
Yeah,
man, I don't know, Mace. I like Malik. Malik might be gone. I ain't sold.
He gonna be gone. He not
gonna be I ain't sold on Corral though. I ain't sold yet. I ain't saying I'm wrong about it. I gotta feel it. Sometimes you can't feel it and see it.
Well,
but now I hope they get what? I'm putting the ownership on Fontenot and them. Fontenot and Arthur Smith. This y'all project. Y'all go scout that boy. Y'all done been watching him. Y'all done went to his high school film to talk to his high school coach, talk to his mom and daddy. Get it right.
I think he's gonna be a Falcon. I think at the end of the day, in the second round, I think Matt Corral is going to be a Falcon. Twan, what up?
I want a defensive player, Twan.
What would you do at that pick at 8, Mel Peak? I asked you this all the time, Mel Peak.
I told
you. I've seen all the pro days. What you want at 8, Pete?
I'm still sticking with it. I ain't jumped off of it. I'm going with defense. I don't want no wide receiver. Even though I'm a wide out. This is what the podcast called. Wide Outs Baby Podcast. Shout out to old Macy O'Hurd and old Melly ATL. I want a defense. I want us to be, since we're in full rebuild mode, Mace, we need to get the defense sold up. I'm just gonna stick with I'm gonna stick with my guns, man. I mean, if you can't see, I wouldn't have stuck with my gun if you told me Sunshine was in this draft at quarterback, Justin Field was in this draft at quarterback. See, I wouldn't have stuck.
Well, they were there last year. They were there last year.
I get it. I just try to let people know.
Justin Field right there. Justin Field could have been a Falcon.
And get what? And he damn sure should have been. But see, let me digress. I get frustrated a little bit. Listen, man, I'm just saying I would move off my stance for rebuilding defense when I see a talent like those guys that I know could be an organizational, they're gonna be there for 10, 15 years. They're not leaving in 2 years. Even with the struggles of Justin Fields last year, you still know Justin Fields gonna get it done. You still see the dog in him and seeing the stuff in. I believe in it. So I believe in it.
He got a new coach. This coach, this new
coach,
not like that. Who
fought? Okay, so if he struggles in a new, just like everybody try to give me, leave Matt Ryan alone. He ain't had these many different offense coordinators. So let's not do Justin like that, because if he got another coach, he got to learn a whole new system. And now he's gonna be in his second year learning something new. So
right.
then how you gonna,
I'm just trying to help you out. That you know, you say, hey, systems, guys change. Hey, the new coach, he might not like Justin Fields, and that ain't nothing against Justin. It's that,
man, if I was the owner of GM, hey, listen, this is our quarterback. Can you do something with him? And he say, nah, I can't do nothing with him. All right, next candidate. Hey, look, Justin Fields is our team, is our future. Can you do something with him? All right, next candidate. I'm not going to put you in. I'm not going to grab nobody and bring him in that can't see what we see in him. Because just clearly, so if you was offensive coordinator, you coach offense too before. You will see something in Justin that you can work with.
Yeah, I mean, he fit my system. He fit my system, but the Bears, he might not fit the Bears' new system.
Well, do you won't be hiring no new coach that don't want to fit? You just got this dude.
They hired Pete. Arizona drafted Justin Rosen. In the next year, they fired the coach. They bring in Kingsbury. Kingsbury said, no, he don't fit my system. They took Kyler Murray at number 1. Pete, it happens.
Yeah, true. They do happen. You're right. That's a great scenario. No, you're right.
A new coach. I'm not married to that guy. Like in Cleveland, no, the new GM, they didn't draft Baker Mayfield. That's why they don't give a damn about Baker Mayfield. No, we didn't draft him. He don't belong to us.
Well, that when them owners be giving it up to them GMs, they put in the GMs and the coaches.
That's the GM job, Pete. That's a job.
But that's the job, right? That's true.
That's the job. Him and the head coach, the GM and the head coach, they have to sync. Hey, what's your philosophy? Okay, if we gonna run the eye and we gonna hand the ball off 35 times, that don't fit Justin Fields. That's all I'm telling you. Like, coaches have systems, GMs have thoughts and systems. He might. Let's not always try to pigeonhole guy. Oh, he gonna be there 2 years. No. Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield, they done proved that. It don't happen.
Well, I do that. I'm with you on that, Mace. Guess what? I feel that Fontenot and Arthur Smith know what they got to do to make this city. I mean, I know Arthur done told them. I understand they know the climate of this city. This city is an African American city, and they understand this stuff going on around here. They got to, because it's about, for Arthur, it's about putting us in them seats and having a good product. And I know he's a businessman like that. And the way we get frustrated around him, we don't show up. You know how we act.
Oh yeah,
we know how we act. We don't show up.
And like Sam just made point, but that's why I was telling y'all last year. Usually, new GM, new coach, they bring in their guy, and maybe they just didn't like. Maybe they didn't like Justin Fields last year, or whoever after Trevor Lawrence. Maybe they just didn't like him. I don't know. But usually, when you get a new GM and a new coach, they go get their guy, and so maybe I say Matt Corral might be their guy. Malik might not be their guy. Kenny Pickett might not be their guy. We don't know yet. We're gonna find out in April.
We're gonna find out.
I got a fun exercise for you, because I brought this up in one of our pre-draft meetings, for one of the one of the many jobs I have in this industry. So we were talking about quarterback scenarios and all this thing, and you saw I posted last week. So the 2018 draft class, knowing all we know now, I'm gonna give you the 2018 draft class, and I want you to re-rank these guys. So of course, this is the Baker Mayfield draft. We know Baker Mayfield went first overall.
Right.
Sam Darnold went third overall. Josh Allen, he went 7th overall. Then you had Josh Rosen, who went 10th. And at the end of the first round was Lamar Jackson. So you got Baker, you got Sam Darnold, you got Josh Rosen, you got Josh Allen, you got Lamar Jackson. Those are the 5 quarterbacks that went in the first round. Re-rank those guys for me, Melvin Pete. Knowing what you know now.
That's so funny, boy. Could get what if you turn the list upside if you turn that damn list upside down, boy. Turn this upside down. And the only thing you and then what? And I don't care how you do the bottom. You can waffle between the bottom. It's a waffle. Man, clearly I'm gonna go with my boy LJ. And then number 2, I'm going with my boy for the Buffalo Bills.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Josh Allen. Already, man. And Allen Schlicken, Allen balled so hard last year. Allen didn't lose that game. Allen showed some. Allen gave Buffalo fan hope. That's hope right now. The way he played, that's hope. Now your defense, that's when you say my defense messed up. We my defense messed. That's when you really say that. Like we talking about the Falcons. No, Josh didn't do it. Every time he got the ball when he had time, touchdown in the biggest game of his career. So he could almost beat our LJ, but I'm gonna go with LJ first. I'm gonna go with him second. Shoot. You know what I'm gonna do? I ain't gonna put Baker all the way up under the bus. I'm gonna leave Baker at 3. Yeah. But that damn Sam Donald's an old boy. You can flip flop them all you want to. You can play with them jokers. I don't care who you play. The bottom. That list is flip, shawty. I'm sorry. I know. Listen, I know this was funny to me because if y'all who do this did this little game, y'all had to be laughing. Y'all
we were just funny because I forgot we were arguing about, and I just was like, y'all listen. The 2018 draft class is just a perfect example of this because knowing what we know now, and like I say, listen, we fall in love. Like I say, so at the time, Baker Heisman Trophy winner, all this swag. Baker had swag, but people
I like swag.
Yeah, so people like, hey, he could be Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, he really get close to being Johnny. He really get close to being Johnny.
And then you looked at Donald, again, California kid, USC, big stage, big arm, all that. So you know what I'm saying? You understood. Josh Rosen, UCLA, big stage, big time program. Josh Allen, he went to Wyoming. Didn't do this and didn't do that. He needs to work on this and that, And then of course Lamar was, of course, Bill Polian with the dumbest words ever. He need to be a receiver. Okay, MVP and all these wins later. How you feel about that, Bill Polian? So it goes back to what we always say. We think we know until you put them in situations. And again, yes, being on the right team, being in the right organization, all that stuff matters. All of it matters.
It matters.
All of it matters. But in 4 years, they've moved on. The Cleveland Browns have moved. They moved on from Baker Mayfield. Moved on for him.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen.
So yeah, you know what I mean. Power 5 program. Josh Rosen, I think he missed they went to Rose Bowl that year. One of them years, Josh Rosen might have been hurt, but whatever. Josh Rosen was highly regarded. Y'all know Josh Rosen. He was highly recruited, highly regarded. So he had a hot tub in his dorm room, and then he was woke. He was speaking out on stuff. Athletes should be paid. He was on the forefront of all that stuff. That's so I mean, hey. You can kind of see why they were like, hey, we're going to take him at number 10. Now, hey, didn't last, but I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Some of them jokers I wasn't sold on in the beginning anyway, even in that draft.
And Sam, he had a big arm. They all talked about his, oh my God, Josh Rosen can stand on this hash and he can make that throw outside the numbers. Chorus say, Rosen must have been angling to become an agent.
Hey, you stupid, Lord. Hey, boy, listen, part of this, and I ain't going too much. I'm just talking about the draft and picking folks and how much is a crapshoot. This is why I'm saying that these later rounds, when you give up your picks or you got to draft in the later rounds, these are where you find your nuggets. These are where you find your gems. And I don't like when people say, well, what's the name went, like LJ went down to the bottom of the heat to the team he went to. They all first round picks to me. It was just basically who you want to pick, who you think you like. Because I can tell you right now, if the Baltimore Ravens was at number 1 and they had to pick a quarterback, they would have picked LJ. so LJ would have been the number one quarterback. I'm just saying, you would have had your guy. That's my opinion. Now you could probably argue with that. Some people argue with the same piece. Well, they was number one pick. They might have thought Baltimore Ravens might have thought Josh Allen was the guy. But it was just unfortunate enough to be down at the bottom, and LJ fell in their lap. So you could argue with me with that. But like you say, if that's your guy on that board, your scouting department went to his mama, no matter everybody, and that's your guy, then it don't matter what you had picked, you were gonna get your guy.
Yeah. And the Ravens, they traded back into the first. Lamar was on the verge because he was the 32nd pick. He was on the verge of being a second rounder. Think about how crazy that is. Yeah.
Right, crazy.
They traded back into the first round to pick
to get him. So sometimes it ain't what these guys being picked, it's just where the teams pick.
So if I ask you that, and there was another funny conversation we had in the room.
Okay.
So if I ask you how many receivers were drafted before Davante Adams, what's your answer?
Oh man, I don't even know, to be honest with you. But if I had, because this was a funny question, I'm just gonna say 10?
It was 8. So it was 8 receivers drafted ahead of Davante Adams.
Go ahead, speak on
Davante Adams, Fresno State, it's level of competition. Didn't run a fast 40, that stuff. So here we go. The names that went ahead of
Davante. It's always interesting to hear it like this. Yeah, it's always
arguably is it safe to say Davante is probably the best receiver in football?
It's safe. You can do that. It's safe. You can walk between.
Okay, we say that. Okay. So again, Sammy Watkins, who I thought
That my guy.
I was very wrong about Sammy. I thought Sammy Watkins will come in the NFL and rip it up.
I think he could have, though. I think he could. He just messed up his wonder opportunity, though, Mace. I think he could have.
Injury, the injury, that foot injury, all this. He had a lot of injury.
Yeah, that's it.
But when I saw Sammy Watkins at Clemson, then I'm a little biased. He was number 2. But when I saw Sammy Watkins at Clemson, I was like, oh, he gonna rip up the NFL. He gonna rip it up. So Sammy Watkins is the first receiver that was drafted ahead of Davante Adams. Mike Evans also ahead of Davante. I can see that.
I can see that. Yeah, I like Mike.
Big time receiver. I can see that. Odell Beckham Jr.
That's another one you can still see. You can still see Odell.
Okay.
You can see Odell.
Now I start getting a little iffy.
Here you go, Dice. I know it.
Brandon Cooks, fast, little body, but he fast, at speed. Everybody turned on by speed. Everybody turned on by speed.
And did he do that right there?
Your guy, Kelvin Benjamin from Florida State, who ultimately ate himself out of the NFL. He tried to come back as a tight end. He just,
you know what?
He let the money turn him out. He let the money turn him out.
Florida State, that really fat guy. That's probably a fat guy. That ain't my guy like that.
Yeah.
That fact, fat Florida State on my.
Yeah, I know he's Florida State guy, but y'all together all the time, so I put all your problems on him. I put you and his problems. I put y'all problems together.
God damn.
Old Kelvin Benjamin. Old Marquise Lee.
Who? Who?
The USC great Marquise Lee out there catching balls. Out there, USC, baby. Marquise Lee, Jacksonville Jaguar. Lot of speed, questions about his injury history. Of course, Kelvin Benjamin gonna try to come back next as an offensive guard. And he was a receiver, he tried tight end. Now he probably gonna gain a few more pounds and try to play tackle.
Y'all gotta stop.
And another guy, Jordan Matthews, who has bounced around the NFL.
This shit getting real dicey.
He's bounced around the NFL again. Another fast guy. Oh my God, they talked about Jordan Matthews' speed. That's all we heard about. And then another guy y'all probably don't even know, Paul Richardson, another fast guy.
No, I don't know Paul Richardson.
All these guys, he was drafted by Seattle Seahawks. Then he played for Washington Redskins for a second, and now he might be looking for employment right now. And then Davante Adams,
So
was
what round did these guys that you said go in?
all
You
them
have
guys
that
was second round. Those guys, the last first rounder was Brandon Cooks, but
okay,
Kelvin Benjamin was the first rounder for the Carolina Panthers. Then in the second round, we had
okay,
Marquise Lee, had Jordan Matthews, Paul
okay.
Richardson, and then we had Devontae Adams
In the second round.
in the second round. So hey man, listen. I tell y'all all the time, the draft is a crapshoot. You just talked about it, you reiterated my point. If that's your guy, guys think, hey, that's my guy. We're gonna get him. You never back then with the money turn these guys out, how they gonna respond when they get, can they really compete every day? Because NFL, college and NFL is two different animals. Two different
Two
animals.
different animals. Yep, it is. And then them guys got to grow up to be professionals too. So
Yep.
a lot of them we don't think about that. A lot of these guys got to grow up to be a professional. See, like we think, well, I used to when I was younger, thinking that we just gonna go play football. Man, you get up work like me and you get up and go to work every day. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get up and gotta clock in. You gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go into the office. You gotta sit down and read books and stuff. You ain't just playing football 24/7 on the football field. You're doing work, your whole job, and then you get off at 7, 8 o'clock at night and go home and you do it again. And you're doing that when season starts. That's what you're doing all the time. So people don't think about it. It's like a business. Everything ain't fun and having a good time. And you need some mature guys on your team who are ready to be professionals. So part of that, though, you have to look at people's maturity too.
Yeah. So we're gonna close with this one, Pete. Man, we lost a good one. We lost a good one this weekend, man. Our teammate, our former teammate, our fellow Astro. Again, he was SIAC guy with me. Play football down at old Tuskegee University. Yep. Old Sean White, man, just dude. Always, first of all, I was always shocked that he was a dancer. First of all, like, why is this big old boy dancing? Why he dancing?
But athletic, they know.
Yeah, I'm like, why is he there? He's supposed to be out here tackling people and he dancing. So I always found that kind. I never put those two together, but just man, a great dude, man. You went live the other day about old Sean White. Speak about our guy.
Man, you're right, man. Man, Sean was a younger guy than me. A lot of people didn't know that Sean. Me and him met in '84. We met before I even knew a lot of my friends now, you included, at the time, and didn't know how he was going to be in my life. And we met, like you said, on some ironic stuff, or some not really ironic, but some stuff that you wouldn't expect of. You got black men out here swimming, like can really swim. We competition swimmed. So when I say swim, we ain't just swimming, playing around. We swimming, racing, like the Olympics. We racing other boys clubs and other the Dynamos, other like track clubs, swimming clubs, and we're racing other people. And so that's how me and him met. And when I left the boys club, because I went to high school, the boys club wasn't the thing to do. I wasn't going to boys club no more. It was like I'm in high school now, so I'm doing high school things.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I see him in the hallway. What's up, boy? He go to the same school. And see, we don't know. They're like, oh. So now we locked in like this, like day one. We were 10, 11, we were 10 years old.
No.
And so from that point, I didn't know that we were going to be connected like that. He went to, like you said, Tuskegee, the same school my sister went to. He looked out for my sister. I didn't know he was going to Tuskegee. And it just happened to be there. I didn't know my sister was going to Tuskegee. And it just, boom, look at that. Another connection. And then lastly, another connection I said when he was working and stuff, I ended up finding him at my job, UPS, doing the job that he does. I was like, what you doing? He wiping the woman. Man, you around me all the time. Let that sink in from 10 years old to where we at now. And that's why it was very emotional to me. And he's younger than me. Sometimes in the perfect world, you want people that's younger than you to live longer than you. Like I'm saying that because of my kids. Tell my kids that all the time. I came to 40, 48. I want y'all to get to 48.
No.
I wanted Sean to get to 48 or 50, whatever we're gonna be. But God got a bigger plan, and we're gonna miss him. We love on him and smile. He reminded me of me with his with his charisma, and he's a very hyper. He hyper like me. I'm hyper. Tall, fat, and I love him, man. And
Man,
I miss him.
Funny guy.
Funny guy.
He was so he always ride. He always gonna ride for his partners. I remember when we were in college, we played this. So it was my senior year, so it had to be his sophomore year. We played Tuskegee in this classic up in Louisville. Played at Louisville Stadium, and I cracked back on it one time, right? And he was sort of like, man, how you gonna do your little brother like that, man? I'm telling these folk, man, my boy gonna be easy on me today. I say, well, nah, man, you had defense in here. I got to crack back on you. But the funniest story me and Sean had, that same game, he was over there, so I lined up on their sideline. So he would come in on pass rush downs or whatever. So he man, I'm trying to ask the referee on my own. And Sean be like, man, my homeboy finna do y'all, man. He finna do y'all, man. I was like, now he talking to these his teammates.
Right.
He cheering for his boy.
Yeah.
I was like, but that's just the kind of dude he was, man.
Yeah.
If he was your partner, he was your partner, man. And I just for us as men, I tell y'all this. I'm gonna continue to tell y'all this, man. Hey, our health, man, our health. Man, if something is wrong with you, go to the damn doctor. If you feeling some kind of way, take your ass to the doctor. You got benefits. They taking out your check.
Checking out your check.
Go see the damn doctor. We gotta stop saying we're gonna lay down and we're gonna give it 3 days. We're gonna give it a week.
I'm gonna sweat it out. I'm gonna sweat it out.
I'm gonna go drink a Red Rock. We gotta stop that. I listen, I'm transparent with y'all. When I got on my fitness journey, I would go to the doctor, I'd take my annual physical. So every year my doctor would always tell me, hey, you the most in shape, out of shape person I know. We say it every year, we laugh. This particular year, I went to the doctor. He came in the room, Dr. Passad, over there at Camp Creek, one of the best black doctors in the business. He doggone say, hey, he had the look on the face. I knew. I said, he ain't gonna give him a clean bill of health. He say, Maceo, you got 2 choices. Lose the weight, or you're gonna be on that medicine every day.
I know that medicine.
My mom and daddy, they on that medicine.
Yeah.
So I know what that medicine costs, and I know what that medicine do.
Right.
The very next day, y'all, my ass started running, and I got my ass back to it. I know better.
Yeah.
I knew better, but hey, we get out here, we think we're Superman, and we think we got, hey, we got to stop that, men. We got to stop that, man. Especially, man, we got children. Man, listen, I want my daughters to get married. I want to walk them down. I want to be the one walking down the aisle. I want to be a granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't want to be a granddaddy, but I want to be a granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? The only way we can do that is be healthy, man. Hey, take y'all ass to the damn doctor, man. Y'all stop this bull, man.
That's true. I gotta do. I tell you that, but I gotta do better. I'm gonna do better, but
Yeah. If I gotta beat you up to do better, I'll do it. We got to stop it, man. We do all this other stuff, man. Take an hour to go for a damn walk. Hey, man, do something. Let's stop this. We losing 2 minutes of us early.
Early, man. That's
because we not making our health priority. Hey, man, stop laying down. I keep telling y'all this. Stop laying down. Oh, man, about 2 days. I'll be good in 2 days. Stop.
Yep.
Like real talk.
Said that.
Y'all cut that out. That's why I love y'all all the time, man. Hey, I ain't joking with it. I truly do love. I love each and every one of y'all.
I be telling folks that too. I say something. I mean, when we behind this thing, when this thing off, when we hang up, what we say, love you, bro.
Yep, all the time.
I be telling folks, I don't be just saying, just be saying.
Dog.
I mean it.
Me and Mel, Dog, we'll text or we'll real phone call. Hey man, I don't want nothing. Love you, boy. Hang up the phone. Like, man, hey, we got to start checking up out of here early, man. We want to be like our parents who right here. My dad and his partners, 70 plus, still be talking crazy. My uncles, they still be hooping. They still be hooping.
So, but that's woo.
That's what we that's what we gotta be, man. Y'all start taking better care of y'all goddamn self, man. Cause I don't want to swing on none of y'all, man. Tired of going to funerals. Tired of going to them.
But it's tough, boy. Tough, man. But yeah, Mace, man, we miss him, man. We love him. And you're right. He was one of them jokers that was your dog. He was gonna be your dog
all the time.
And all the time, no matter what. And I miss him already. So, but you know, I believe in the Lord's plan. He got a bigger plan than what I got. So I'm rocking with him. No. And everybody stay blessed.
Everybody. We love y'all, man. That's our show. You know, we're gonna come up with some old craziness. Y'all might see us one more time this week. I ain't show yet, but the way the news been going, you probably will. Cause I mean, one thing after another. I know I want to talk some hoops real soon. Cause your boy, LeBron James, Shaq said some old foolishness the other day.
We gonna, yeah. I'm gonna let
that fester because he say the Lakers can beat the Suns in the series. I'm like, Lakers gotta get in the playoffs first, but you know that's
we gotta get in the playoffs. Man, we just trying to keep being 30. What are you? 30, 10, and 9. That's what we trying to do. We trying to get Kareem. We ain't got nothing playing with these folks. Everybody,
you all about the stats. I hear you.
Nah, I can't get. Man, listen, I gotta ball out. If you gonna run with me, listen, I'm gonna ball out. But if you're gonna run with me and I pass you the ball, then run with me. Because every time I do good and I'm getting these type stats, when we win, look at y'all numbers. Y'all, everybody in double digits. But every time we lose, and I'm a 30-point man, a 40-point man, y'all in single digits. Who fault that is? Got time playing with this foolishness, man. Yeah, all about the cane.
Yeah, we finna get off this now because
about the cane.
You and that LeBron stuff, man. Everybody, love y'all, man. Deonsa, love you back, class 91. Peace.
Oh, what's up, D? Bye, love you.